to be under the judiciary, or we need a world police to police us.
Okay. Kris is there for people to guide them. For people that can
because the activities of our politicians is becoming unbearable. But what is really exciting is the debate surrounding our nation. We're going to be free. Is that we're going to reform the judiciary, or we're going to need external help? Yes, very good morning to you all. Very, very big good morning to you people. My name is Daddy Kris, and this is the African Renaissance Television. I'm trying to rush in to bring in some materials before we get on to the business of today. But I have a very big message for Nigerians today, and this message is very, very important. This has been the cross of my show. And when I sometimes criticize our leaders, or when I talk about what I think, I don't think I actually have in mind to criticize. I always come to see what I think. And you take it as a very big blast on yourself, and it's a shame. And if that is the case, then what can I do? Either say I'm sorry, or you take it as a lesson, or we can learn to grow from here. Nigerians, we are at a critical moment, and I think God is just about to save us. For those of you that goes to church every Sunday to pray, God is about to answer your prayer. For those of you that goes to mosque on Friday to pray, God is about to answer your prayer. But let me say this, and take the lines on my show now. That lasting prosperity comes from not what we consume, but what we produce. And from the investment we actually make in our people. And sometimes infrastructure we build. Now, when we talk of infrastructure, I'm talking of infrastructure. I'm not talking of roads. Because sometimes when I talk of infrastructure, people quickly talk about roads. But I'm not going to criticize you guys. I'm not going to fight you guys today. Road is a good project anyway. We need road to drive the cars, right? Except that we need to be able to afford the car first. Nigerians, today is a beautiful Monday, and this week, actually, I wanted to talk about the United States of Nigeria. I always use the word now, if you guys understand me, so that if we use that word, maybe it will give us some sense of belonging or give us a sense of responsibility. Because as it is right now, I'm surprised that what we can see in Nigeria, this beautiful big land, is a country that is limited to Abuja. I don't see that. I don't see that. I see a country so large that is actually practicing federalism, if not for what Agoyin Iris did, which I think is even good for us. Right now we are ready to go. Our problem is we only play politics. We don't develop ourselves. And this is the problem. You see, until Nigerians try to change from playing politics and think of how to develop ourselves, we're not going to get anywhere. The emphasis should be, oh God, I don't know what to say. You see, Nigerians, we're going to do this right today. You have a nation or 36 states. I don't think you can get that wrong. 36 beautiful states. And each of the states have the potential to be great. And now you're even trying to create more states. Good enough. I don't mind. But what do you do with the states? As it is today, it's like you guys have a national cake. And so everybody is going for that national cake. And that is why we are killing ourselves. Okay, why would I even have issues with what is happening in the north if my state is doing well? No, just talk. I'm talking. Why would it bother me what Tinubu is doing if Oboriwori is doing well? Why would it bother you what Tinubu is doing if this new man in Edo State is doing well? You see, Right now, we are made up of we reduce the states to nonsense, and this is the biggest trouble. And I don't know how to put it in your head, man, that our biggest salvation will be our state actually becoming productive, not the federal. Forget the federal government. I don't know how much productivity the American federal government is doing. The states, they generate their own economy. Oh, you said you don't have true federalism. Is it because of the percentage? Bro, if the state used to do business of its own, the federal government will only, who is going to even tax you? Suppose Delta State have an airline. How much are you going to pay to the federal government? If Delta State will own a bank, how much are you going to pay to the federal government? So, is it not the only reason you are angry with the federal government is the money that is coming to the federal government is what you are trying to get your own share? That is the only problem we have in Nigeria. And until we address this, we're not going to go anywhere, bro. My sisters, my brothers, we're going nowhere. We're still thinking that if you look at, let's put it this way, and I have cried about this again and again. The reason I'm trying to bring this up, because it's not my topic of today. My topic of today is the new Nigeria, which I can see, which we all can see. That's what I'm going to talk about. But the new Nigeria is here. It just makes people go to church and say, Jesus Christ is coming. Jesus is here. The kingdom of God is here. The kingdom of God is not going to come. It's here. What's wrong with you? I don't know which kingdom. If we can only do, for those of us that want to live in the kingdom of God, Jesus Christ said, if you want to be in my kingdom, this is the way of life you will live. This is how you will live your life. And you will be in the kingdom of Christ. You're not going to die and go to the kingdom of Christ. So the kingdom of God is here. Christ's kingdom is here. I don't understand you guys. So when you say that the new Nigeria is coming, and I'm wondering, where is it coming from? Must we practice it the way America is practicing their own? Do you have the same structure like America? What makes Aguiyi to even you merge the whole thing? I'm talking to the Igbos now. It was your own brother, Aguiyi. He was the first person to do the first coup in Nigeria, and he's the one that merged the Nigerian state. So this whole thing we are talking about today, you know, on my last show I was very angry, and I was in fact I annoyed the Igbos. I annoyed everybody in Nigeria. And I was telling you guys that the only reason we are fighting today is because of oil. And it is sad. And Nigerians, we need to know that this is a shame. Because the oil is too small. That's why we are broke. That's why we're broke. How much is Tinubu getting? Can you imagine the economy of Nigeria? We're talking of about 10 trillion US dollars economy. We are fighting to do a budget of less than 50 billion pounds. It's not up to 25 billion pounds is the economy of the Nigerian state. That is the budget your government is. You guys are poor, man. Only universities education in the UK, they generate 3 times your economy. Only universities. So then you are at home thinking of how you're going to be able to pay ASU, who is going to go on strike the next minute. They are coming home. They're on break now. ASU will soon come back. They will soon go on strike. Come on, man. Do you know? Don't you ask yourself why? Now, Nigerians, if you don't understand me, you send your children abroad to come and study. And please listen to me. And I'm talking. I live in the UK. Just because I don't stay here, I live here. So I can tell you for a fact. Right now, universities in the UK, they are even going down now because of the new immigration rule. Otherwise, universities in the UK, they are generating close to 60 billion pounds annually as revenue. That is the money they make as profit. About 60 billion pounds. That money, if we put it in naira, is over 140 trillion naira. What is your budget? You're budgeting 50 trillion and you think you're budgeting money. Obono wanted to bring the budget of 1 trillion. He's talking. Look at these people, man. Can you imagine? Meaning you are really, really poor. And the question I ask you, bro, is don't be angry. Why? Now, let's break it down. Any governor I have seen in Nigeria, have you seen all the governors today, the ones you are even praising, what do? Either they construct roads, or they construct bridges, they construct a building, or they buy some machine and say they are empowering people. That is the only thing governors do. Or they bring in water. Education, they couldn't even give us a proper education. Before they could not even fund their primary and secondary schools. And you are talking about governors. Are these people governors? Sorry, bro. I am really going to be very, very. If I have my way, I will take the Nigerian government to court, and that is what I'm doing. None of you that will be free, because you people are only consumers. You don't produce anything. And lasting prosperity comes from not what we consume, but what we produce. Now, that's what I put out there. Let me ask you, in your state, what are you producing? Don't tell me the local people. How can you talk about local people producing things? People who don't have access to finance, how can they produce? What can the local people produce? Is it that local market? Is that what we call production? Do you people understand what is production? I don't understand. How can people have 70, 80 billion, you put it on a road, and you don't have money to even do the next factory? Wait, Nigerians, you have a lot of money to pump into roads, but you don't have money to actually build a factory. I'm getting excited with all those with Oyo State. The Yoruba people, I don't know. I don't like Lagos, so I'm beginning to bend towards Oyo State. Maybe a little credit to Makinde. Have you seen the whole family in Nigeria? It's actually in that part of the country. The Yorubas in Oyo are the people actually still in farming. And I can tell you, if they had spent more energy, if the governor had created his own, not the one he's giving out, if he had added his own voice, because this is what happened. You think government will come in and it will be bad? No, it will be better, because you will be able to create more markets. And the farms will be better. The facility, in fact, either you farm with the government, you work with the government farm, or you farm with the government by setting up your own farm and partnering with the government. You're going to, the Oyo State will make, in fact, Oyo is not poor. How much is allocation going to them? If it's only oil allocation, Oyo would have been one of the poorest states. But they are not generating money locally. Lagos, they are only living on the things with the federal government of Nigeria did for them in the past. You know, it was the capital of Nigeria. So they have all the advantages. The seaports are there. All the big buildings are there. Most of the corporations are there. Our international airport is still there. Have you going to make it away? No. So Lagos is still... Lagos is a beneficial of an incredible coincidence. And it's lucky to them. I don't mind. But now the new governor is actually still trying to build. But you know when I'm confused? And all of them that come on my show, I always ask only one question. What is your government doing? I always start with simple. Your people don't have food. What are you doing with food? Does your government even have a farm? In this day and age, a state governor that does not have a farm, can't we just stone him to death? We're Nigerians. A state governor, we are hungry. We don't have food in the country, in the state. And your state governor does not have a farm. The question I ask, what does it take to farm? What does it take for the state to embark in farming? If we do that, there will be jobs will be created. Guy, money will be made locally and export will be made as well. In fact, I'm looking at Delta State, for instance. We have 25 local government. If we now make it a project that the state, what are you doing with the local government? First, what do you do with local government? They are just there, completely waste. Oh God, and they collect money every month. Oh, I ask you people, of what use are they? Supposing, this is why I'm mad. I'm really mad at the country I come from. Supposing the state governor now say, okay, Mr. Local Government Chairman, look for it, go to your kings, give us 50, 100 acres. We're coming with a project of farming, and the farm will be done in partnership with you. Youth corpers are coming, employ local people. Tell me the area of farm that is better. You coming to me. You're not coming to collect money. God punish you. You big fool. Come to my office and say you want money. You will be arrested. But when you come to me on how we're going to farm in your local government, in fact, it's a must. Nigerians, in 6 months, in 1 year, the amount of food we have in the country will be selling. Tinubu, in its own shame, opened the door for rice to be imported. So that's why food is cheap. Can you people imagine? And you know why you're able to do all this rubbish? Because you have oil. And when we say Nigerians have oil, it's actually an insult to you don't have oil. Not all parts of Nigeria have oil. You guys don't have oil. The oil is coming from my area, Niger Delta. Nigeria does not have oil. It's Niger Delta that have oil. The little ones you have, go and drill the oil in your place. If you want to argue that, then take the oil in your place. Leave our own. You know, you guys are so lazy. And look at these stupid people calling themselves governors. And today, look at where we find ourselves. I am so angry with myself, for God's sake. But when you look down deeply, the people committing this crime really are only one set of people. You can't blame Nigerians for this. The only people to blame is the government. Otherwise, if I tell you, this is what you see, with the state governor not doing anything, Tinubu is not doing anything, but he's receiving this in fact, if they tell you how much Nigerian government is making, and these are village fools, so they are not even civilized people. What do you give that kind of a fool, that kind of money? What do you think he's going to do before? He's going to go mad. So there is our government collecting this good sum of money, doing nothing reasonable with it. Now, guess what? All the successful businesses in Nigeria does not come from the Nigerian government. All the education that works does not come from the Nigerian government. And I'm going to prove something to you today. Everything that is working for us today has nothing to do with the Nigerian government. When it comes to productivity, the Nigerian government is the biggest waste of our time. Let me prove it to you. Look at this set of young men. This is the Nigerian music industry. Today you talk as if Nigeria have a music industry. Let me ask you people one question. How much does the government contribute to this? No, wait. Maybe I'm the one that is mad. You have a thriving music industry, right? Oh, them Burna Boy, they are doing well, this and that. How much is the input of your governors, of the government, being the federal, being the state, being the local? So if you want to succeed in Nigeria, you better cancel government that don't exist. In fact, we are used to it already. Just simple electricity you cannot even give them to actually work in their studio. There's no electricity. There's no road. In fact, look at these guys. They've taken the name Nigeria to a level that Tinubu, you should be ashamed. These young men have made Nigeria proud. They have contributed to the Nigerian economy more than you. All you have done is you spend. You spend and spend and spend. These kids, they play music. They are bringing in money from outside the country. Do you know how much their music is bringing in? I don't know whether you understand me, sir. You, Oboriwori, do you know how much music is bringing to your country? How much is your state making that you can sell something outside that brings money? Not the oil that the Oyibo is coming to take from your land. I don't know where the oil is. I go talk. What kind of people are you, government of Nigeria? Sometimes, when they say you guys are corrupt, yes, I know. But my biggest pain is this part of it. How can you have such a viable population and you cannot even contribute one thing to make it better? So anytime you even put your hands and maybe it's going to be square, it's like you have a bad, the government hand is so dirty that anywhere they put it is going to stain the place. And I'm just looking at these kids now and I'm wondering, young men, how did you people get here? Because it's an impossible task. Let me tell you this. If the UK government have this set of people, oh my God. Let me repeat. If the UK government have this set of kids, OMG. They're going to have a cultural economy. Because this is my area, I'm going to talk a little bit today. And I may not have time to touch all the areas. But perhaps I'm not going to stick on to this. I have a bigger message. I hope I can get there today. You see, these young people now, imagine now, if this is what you have, because sometimes economy must not even be built on one thing. This is the big mistake we make. The economy of California, that's where you have Hollywood and bringing to, which is our next trend too. Hollywood generates 1/4 of the American economy. 1/4 of the biggest economy in the world is coming from California. It's stating this is the Hollywood. It's coming from movies. It didn't come from oil. It didn't come from materials they produce. It's not coming from their motor they manufacture. It comes from a creative sector of their economy. The reason you're speaking the English I speak today, it's not even the England I stay, it's the American movies that influence you. When you use the word fuck you, this and that, sorry, I used the bad word here today. But it's what's making you to say so. You pick it from American movies. But if not God give us this, if it's the British government, we will not be sitting down, okay, how do we make this? How do we make money? How do we grow our economy with this? Because Hollywood were able to grow American economy and American government contributed. If you see their theaters everywhere, the export of these movies around the world. That was a structure. That is still a structure. Do you people even have distribution, young people? Do you know up until the internet came, nobody was going to play their music in UK. If you think I'm joking, you're stupid. No radio station in the United Kingdom will play this music. It was was 2013 or 2014 when the band played that music, Oliver Twist. We were eating in a restaurant in Edmonton, and Oliver Twist blasted from the radio, and I got up and started dancing. People didn't know what I was dancing. This was about the first time you see these people not playing our music, because the internet has brought it out. It's now in their face. You know, if I was in the shop in Enfield and I hear "If" from Davido, and I say, oh my God, in the shop, in the radio. Before, it's only American music or British music that you will hear. But these kids, they break the yoke. Now, can I ask you, government one thing? Has the government of Nigeria have actually sit down and asked, what do we do with this kind of vibrant, because there are more talents out there. What do we do with them? Shit, I'm just, look at it. I can just imagine what British government will do. They will celebrate it. They will use BBC to sell it. Hey, yeah. I said they will use BBC to sell it. Let me tell you this. They play football in Spain. They call it La Liga. They play in Germany. They call it one day, what is it? All the countries in Europe, they have their own football league. The Premiership is the best. You know why? Because they make it so. Because the government came behind it and they are happy to sell it and it's making big money. In fact, if you see the big boys, how many times have an English really win the Premier, the championship, the UEFA Cup? You find it's always coming from Spain. Do you watch La Liga? How many of you watch La Liga? Other than the major teams there, because you know you follow the boys there, you follow Barcelona and Real Madrid. How many of us really follow them? How about the Italian league? Have you heard about them? That is when government come in to boost an industry. What is your government doing with this one? Practically nothing. And you have this set of people, they call themselves, when I see you people call yourself governor, sir, you are not. You'll be complete a lot of, I'm saying even if you cannot farm, if Nigerian government cannot contribute in farming, this one is in your face. It's right there in your face. Do you know how much? You know what? Let me say this. The last time Burna Boy have a show here, Wizkid have a show in England. These kids, these two young men, Davido, the same thing. They close, in fact, the O2 Arena, I thought it's only Michael Jackson that goes there. Now, those places are too small now for Burna Boy. He now take a stadium, a football stadium. You know what that means? The boy is doing more, the same, what Premiership is doing. Only one boy is doing it. Now, you'll be asking yourself, what can this boy do better? Imagine what we can do better for Burna Boy. Eh? How many shows does Burna Boy have in a year? Locally and internationally. God, look at that asset. And now they are not one. Look at them now. I was watching Achake the other time he came to London here, and I was wondering, wow. I'm an old man. I can't be going to all these places, young man. But you know what is so interesting? I'm watching things unfold. It's a wonderful time to be alive. Not because of the government of Nigeria, because of people like this. Do we really need a magician to let the government know that we can make money with this? Do you understand? You in the Ministry of Culture, do you know what you can do with this? Do you have a holistic plan? Do you know only one thing that the Africans can sell? The richest ministry in Nigeria should be the Ministry of Culture today. How much do we make from tourism? Should I go there? Yes, I'm going to talk about it on the show. I'm going to bring the images. Now, I know Calabar is just about to do a carnival. Do you know how many people descend in London for the Notting Hill Carnival? Now, Lagos State is actually coming to take a stand now. Everybody is now taking part in the Notting Hill Carnival. Can there be carnival than Africa? Africa itself is a carnival. Hey, okay, what kind of government do we have? I am wondering, I'm going to remind you on the topic of today, lasting prosperity comes not from what we consume, but from what we produce. What are you producing, Mr. Governor? So your own is when you collect money, Tinubu, you share it. You tax the people. You share it for something you know nothing about. Nigerians don't need to pay you tax really. Sometimes when I tell them, how are you not going to pay your tax? You know, I'm a very strong advocate of tax. They say, Daddy Kris, what are we paying? Because the truth is this. I have two places in Nigeria. They collect electricity even when I don't have light. You charge me for water even when there's no water. If you see the road, I don't know who is responsible, whether it is the local government that is responsible, whether it is the state government, or even the local, whether or not the king, even they're responsible. We don't know again. So if you want to have a good road, I have to go and construct a road. Kai. And you're my government, right? We're coming on. Let's go to number 2. Thank you, young man. Thank you for all you have done. I cannot hide the music. Now let's look at another aspect. I'm still on the creative economy. Nollywood. I've already touched on this before. Do you need a magician to tell you this, Nigeria? I've not come to the topic of today. I don't know when I will even get there. Already 30 minutes on my show. I'm short of time because I'm not going to leave here. I'm going to leave here shortly. Nollywood. What did I say? I said Hollywood generates 1/4 of the biggest economy in the world. Have you, please, those of you who are joining me today, the world is now a global village. Just type Google, ask, how much does Hollywood generate annually? No, just ask yourself. Have you seen those boys in Hollywood? Only one guy, only one. You see, when I talk of Hollywood now, I'm talking of even they control sport now because they know what the power of entertainment. The economy of your state is not even up to what a bosser will get on one boxing show when he go fight. They will know they will pay him. Now your state is share. Kai, you are poor people, man. Not because we are a poor people, because the government is poor in thinking. They are not potentially poor, but they are poor in thinking, and now the poverty has affected every single one of us. Look at it. Look at what you have. Last time I was watching and I said, oh, Lion's Heart. I don't know what 30 days in Atlanta. You know, I'm just saying, wedding parties. King of Thieves. Two. I'm just looking at what Nigerians have managed to do. Now, these movies are of low standard. Let me repeat. They are of low standard. You know why? Because these are just some poor people that try to create something, and because of the big population we have and the industry they have suffered to create, they still manage to get a market. The reason I know they are poor people is there is nothing today. There is nothing that stopped Nollywood today from being in the Oscars. In fact, we should be having our own Oscars that is now bigger, that is now better than America. Let me tell you this. Do you know now how much our Nigerian musician is now? I just dropped with them. Do you know that the American boys now want to do collab with our guys? Because our boys have made it. They've got an audience. But the truth is, if Nigerian government had come in and give them this enabling environment, as you guys try to say it, you know where the music will be? Now let's talk about this one. How much do these people have to make a movie? Movie making is not cheap, bro. When you carry a camera, you cannot move with the camera. Camera today is about movement. And it's about training. There's not even enough training for these Nollywood boys. Go to America, you see how many film academy. How many film academy are in Nigeria? Do you know the Nigerian universities? They, like I've been crying every day, they train people on theater art. We don't have theaters in Nigeria. But look at Nollywood. There is no university in Nigeria that have a program in film production. So they cannot even train, they cannot graduate directors, they cannot graduate producers, they cannot graduate cinematographers, they cannot graduate editors. Listen, this is a full-time course. So we come into an industry like apprentice. Thank God we've been able to get to where we are. And now I'm wondering, where is the government? If we ever have a government, can somebody still ignore Nollywood today? I don't see anybody who could. But where are they? That this movie now, they are the top of the chart. But these movies are, in fact, they are nothing. If the government, if we put some proper budget into this film, this movie will generate exactly what American movies is generating. Do you hear me, people? Storyline, we have the story. The story is now in Africa. The resources in Africa. What we need is the right facilities and the right market to go. Where is the government? Let me tell you the shocking things about Hollywood. They have something called Netflix now. If you want to be a big boy in Hollywood, your film go need Netflix. So I dey laugh. I just dey cry. Thank God say I don't come up for the industry because I'm too old. Can you imagine? So Netflix is the one determining our life. The way South African ShopRite is determining our life. The way the only TV station is African Magic. Kai, Nigerians, where are you? Where are you people? I am crying and I am in pain. Maybe it's only me that can see this. Can you imagine that the only distribution now that you can talk of in this digital age, other than our few local cinemas, thanks to those boys that studied here, I know two of them here, the Moses and the right, and went back now to form a cinema in Nigeria. Good for them. Still not enough. But Nigeria like to groove. In fact, Nigerian distribution must not even go with the normal cinemas. I think we can do something better. Because we're not the type that goes into a place to go and watch a movie, to go and watch movies. Then now you go and eat popcorn, now they get that kind of quiet life. This is where we can enjoy our movies. Movies can be premiered. In fact, movie premiering now can now be happening. In fact, movies cannot be showing. Because I ask you one question. If the creativity of the Nigerian government can come in, where do we go at? Where do we go to every evening? Nigerians, I'm asking, if you come to UK, they go to theaters in those days. Because that is the place they can dress up quietly, especially in the winter. You can't go outside, you go inside the theater. And that is where they were watching theater play, and then when movie came, they now put it in the screen. And then they bring in popcorn around there. And it works for them. So we in Africa still believe that the only way we can distribute a movie on the screen is only to go to the closed theater. We are not like them. We don't have that code. We can stay outside in the morning because the weather is beautiful. I can tell you this evening, how many Nigerians will go to a pub? We don't have pub. We call it hotels now. They have this open space where people can drink and we carry our guests there. We eat pepper soup and all that. See, that was why I created the concept I call the Moonlight Film Festival, where we all sit aside as we are eating, we are watching a beautiful movie with a proper sound, though. And you are eating with your girlfriend, and we don't eat popcorn. We don't take guests out to go and eat popcorn. We go and eat better amala or isiewu. If you carry babe, go eat isiewu and they watch the best movie. If you not do finish, you go dance with small music. That babe go one of this. If anywhere I follow you go, you no go track. Go show really, Kai Nigerians. What are we doing? Again, the only way you get a proper film distributed today in Nigeria is through Netflix. And you know what's so funny? When the industry started, it was Alaba and these Dumota people who were already pirating. The reason the movie succeeded was that they were already pirating American films, or they would pirate, or when there's a football match, they go dub them, they sell out to us. That was how it is. But that culture helped when Nollywood came. That was how we came with VHS and DVD and VCD, DVD and all that. Now the world has moved a little bit further. I think the two method now is either online, the digital distribution, and cinema. Our cinema cannot be European cinemas. Our cinemas should be our way of life. Where do we go to? Look at all the public fields. Nigerians, you don't need somewhere for a cinema. Do you know your football field and your primary school field is a cinema? In those days when we were growing up, they would bring film. Then Bruce Lee, they bring it to my village. In fact, I get one share, one at the carry go. If I carry that share go, because I carry share go, they would let me in and I watch a movie. Just for bringing chair, people will have where to sit. Nigerians. So then there was no cinema. We still don't have cinema, but they were showing it to us. Imagine what you can do on the public field now. Anyway, we'll come into that. But that will be when the government can come in and give us a normal sound environment. Do you know how many distribution avenue would have had today for Nigerian films? The truth is, people would love to see the film. The question is, where do they see it? And by the time you create that culture, you see, culture is a thing you create too. By the time you create it, there's a place where people can go there to hang out. There's a movie to be shown later. And there's going to be music. Everybody will be there. You will have created a job. You have created another economy. But where is the Nigerian government? Today, if I blame the Nollywood boys, I'll leave them alone. The only person that they listen to now is actually Netflix. Because Netflix is one that's going to buy the film. Nigerian government, do you know where it is? Do you know what it means? Does your ministry even understand what I'm talking about? And sometimes you have this bunch of fools you put as there, you appoint them, you give them all kind of rubbish, and they can open their mouth. And they come around the world and say they see things and they don't see. They see, they don't see. The last chairman of Nigerian Film Corporation is a medical doctor. What does a medical doctor know about the film industry? I had issue with him at some point. Me, Daddy Kris, at this level, I'm not a child. Anybody there, and they give them toa, because I'm mad. Anyway, let's stick to this. See, I don't have time. This was not my topic. I was trying to look at how government is not helping us, as government is not working. But now, when I get to this part of our life, I don't think I can just jump it. Do you know how much we can make only from Nollywood? My argument today is lasting prosperity will not come from the things we consume, not the movie we import, we watch online, but the one we produce. These are producers, music producers, movie producers. These are people that are bringing income into the country, not your state governor. Your state governor is a boo. The president is a mayor, because all the president do is spend. They don't make money. State governors don't make money. The people that make money that you should be celebrating today are these people I put on the screen now. The filmmakers who, out of no money, some of these people will go and borrow money to go and make a film. You know how risky it is. That's why an industry exists. These are our true heroes. These young boys I put in the music industry just now. Do you know what it makes for a young boy to start a music business? It's a day studio. It takes money to go into the studio to make it, to then once it, think of how to promote it. Do they even have promotion? A lot of good music are out there that are not promoted. Again, we're still looking for the Yibo platform to go and put it out there. Oh, Spotify or this and that for the music to be seen. The Nigerian government, do we have any? No. So I'm still on Nollywood. Let's come back to that. The distribution we have for Nollywood today is 3 avenues: television, online, cinema. Cinema should not even be, like I said that your cinema be restricted to the way Oyibo do their own. Are we Oyibo? Do they have our weather? Do you people think outside? See, the reason people do certain things is for their own culture, their environment. Our culture is richer than that. Our environment is richer. We can stay outside. Today I can't go outside now. It's bloody cold in England. You want those people to sit outside and watch a movie now? No, that's why they do it inside the theater. But we have a beautiful environment. Why are we putting it inside the theater alone? See, everything when you see so you don't do, now you copy. You copy it and you're going to do it and you don't even know why they're doing it. And I'm so tired of the kind of people I have. Now, let's go. Let's take it simple. So my own pain is, if we now look at the 3 levels of distribution, online we can compete with everybody now. I expect more creativity there, not Netflix. Let me repeat it, not Netflix. Nigerian government, Muna no verse. Do you know how much Netflix is making from our movies? No, let's talk. Because sometimes the day I will sit down with some of your governors, in fact, I will arrest them. If I have the way, most of you guys would have been under arrest. So if you see me from Nigeria, I'm going to arrest me. I will arrest a governor without anything. Tony Montana said, I will kill a communist for fun. What do you think I'll do for a green card? Because right now, you guys are wasting the future of a generation to come. Not only this one, and the one to come. Imagine what you would have been doing if you can just get up alone and say, okay, Netflix is making so amount of money from my people, from my children movie. What can we do as a government so that we make it even better? You don't tell Netflix to go. You displace them with bringing something they do. You replace it. Or you compete with them. Make the market open to everyone. Then let them compete. Now they will not be having the say. Have you seen the kind of movies we make lately? It's what Netflix want to see. You have to go to the bush or to dress our guests like some, like I don't know the kind of culture I want to get now. So now the women go tie rapper, only rapper. Now so we see the dress, now the Kris. Because that's what Netflix can sell. That's what you both think about us. That's what the Netflix can sell to them. That you're still living in the bush. They take empty leg, they waka. Where are you coming from? Come draw white shirt around the face. They say, now costume. Now makeup. Now some people there for your village. In those days, that we have this beat that we dress women. Like in fact, Robo get with the color of her. We put bead, and even if the guests we're gonna open their nice boobs, you see the beauty, and they will paint them well. Now Netflix is now making you to go and depict your culture. The one I don't know where this one is coming from. Sometimes I ask people, is it your culture? The new movies Netflix is telling you to do. Do you know why? It's Netflix that is paying for it. It's Netflix telling Oyibo people, this is what Oyibo want to see. Because this is what Oyibo people know about you. But that's not what Oyibo know about our music industry now. They now know Burna Boy. Burna Boy has told a different narrative. Davido is telling a different narrative. Wizkid, they are closing stadiums here. And do they still think of you like the old? No! What's wrong with us, my people? Who's going to change this for us if the federal government is sleeping? What do we do here? I don't know what to say anymore. If you guys can't see my frustration today, I cannot even do more. So, I am here now thinking, okay, imagine what does it take for us to have a Netflix in Nigeria? Don't call it Netflix when I talk now. It must not be Netflix. Something similar to Netflix that our people will subscribe to. It's not a small business. The people behind Netflix are people with some serious money that are back up. They know where to get the money from their government. They have serious backing. How much does a distributor in Nigeria have? He will die. Now, you want to set up Netflix? How much I get? The Nigerian government got the money. Oh, but they want to take and construct bridge. I talk, but I no verse. The money wasted on a bridge that we don't need, if they use it for construct Netflix, with the money that comes from Netflix, would you construct bridge? Money when you want to do business, you take a marry. How are you going to feed the wife? The bridge you are constructing now, who's going to sustain it? Where are you going to get money to maintain it to Boribori? Una no verse. Me, I go talk my own, because my time, I'm an old man now. So I got nothing to lose. It pains me deeply that these are talents that need to be harnessed. They've already shown what they can do. I look at this level of this movie, and if you think these are they're high-level movies, you're stupid. They are not. And let me repeat that. If you think Nigeria that these movies, I started to pick the best. Wedding Parties, Lion's Heart. That Lion's Heart was not even selected. They couldn't take Lion's Heart in the Oscars. It's not, they are not discriminating against us. It's just the level of production, the level of the acting, the way they, you see, a movie is like a real life. It's not fictitious. If you're telling a fictitious story, then do it, do sci-fi. But if you're going to tell a story, it got to be that story. It got to be real. You watch an American movie, you see it as if it is real. And sometimes we can do it better because we have the real life. We have stories that have never been told. This is what these guys are bringing in. It's a new story, but the way the technicality of bringing it up, the finance to make it work, is not there. They cannot. How much did they spend in the movie? My friend, go and sit down. The money you spend in the movie in Nigeria is the money I will pay I won't pay an actor. They will use for a cup of tea during production. That's what you use to make a whole movie. Our entertainment, our refreshment movie budget is what people use in making a movie in Nigeria. How do you expect it to be the same? How can it be the same? See, well, that's why only Netflix is going to do with this kind of thing. Because Netflix can now put this on their platform. They're actually selling it back to you. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you, the Nigerian movie industry has developed an audience. All Netflix is doing now is take it, sell it back to you. It's not even selling it to themselves. Because if you go into Netflix, the amount of competition there is the same black people that are watching the black movies. On Netflix, Netflix wants you to subscribe to their platform. So they buy your movie, put it there so you will subscribe, making a hell of money out of you. How can you blame Netflix? You should be ashamed of your government that is so blind and can't see the potential in our people. Can't see the potential in this wonderful industry. I've never talked down Nigerian movies today. Understand me. But the thing is, we're behind. You guys know me. It's Daddy Kris talking. We are behind. We are not there. Don't start. For those of you, they say in the city of the blind, a man with an eye is a king. So I understand that. When if now let you get one eye, for where nobody they see, not you the king. One eye na big thing. Let's quickly move to the next industry. That one is exciting. Hey. Oh God. Comedians, I'm not going to talk about you guys today. If not, I think Nigerians. Nigerians. Okay, let's talk about these guys. Fashion. Today, I beg, use another language, say to the president of Nigeria, tell your governor that fashion is making more money than movie and music put together. The income that comes from movies plus the one that comes from music, if you put them together, fashion is making us more money. I don't understand. I don't think you get it. I'm going to ask you one thing before I come to this one. For this one now, have you asked yourself one thing? If the government itself cannot even help with all these things, do they even have a university that train people that can use this industry that is now created? Do you have movie production in any Nigerian universities? And then Muna educate me. There is no university in Nigeria that have courses on production, on being a producer, on being a director, on being an editor, or being a production designer, costume, makeup. This big industry. Now, let's assume that, let's leave that one. Let's come down to the biggest one, fashion. I don't know. In those days, we call them tailor. Now they've graduated from tailor to fashion designers. They did this themselves. And like I said, this industry makes more money than the other two industries have been celebrating. Does your government even know? Do they know? Do they know how much fashion can give to us? I'm wearing this shirt now. This is Zara. This one is Zara. The other one inside is Boss. They are in the shop in England. They are not made here. If you look at any shirt you are wearing now, the World Trade Organization has made it abundantly. It's a must that they must say the country where it is produced. It's not the brand, though. So if you wear any shirt today, if you look at the back, you will see it's a must. The brand and the country of production. The one I'm wearing now is not made in England. The Boss I wear inside is not made in England. This Zara is not made in England. But they are selling it here. And this is what has surprised me. It's the same machine, the same thing they will cut to make you clothes. So a Bangladesh person can make a better cloth than a Nigerian. The Italian shoe, they say, so they can make a better shoe than the Nigerian can do. This thing I don't understand. You know why we are not there? Because we haven't got the way Netflix. One person will come one day and take Nigerian fashion to the highest level. That is when we're going to know we have a fashion industry. And we're going to say, oh, they've come to take the business from us. Because your government is blind. Completely blind. And let me ask you this. How many of our designers have the clothes that is in the shop in England? Down to ordinary, this one. Can we make this in Nigeria? Come on. This one, what is here that we cannot make in Nigeria? What is in this? And do you know how much? I mean, the fashion, they are not doing well now. Forget it. I know they are making more money. Do you know how much Nigeria will make from fashion export alone? Only fashion. Let me talk Nigeria. Do you know how much we will make from fashion? Wow, no, wow. I don't understand. I can't understand this. I cannot understand this. I can't understand this. I ask a question. Do you know if Nigerian brands or major companies are now telling us to make clothes for them? The first time I had this idea years ago, I went to Primark. I don't have the time. And I said to Primark, you know what? I'm going to give you some design for the next summer. They said, okay, bring it on. They want to sell. It's a shop. Primark is all over England. All over the United Kingdom. So anything you supply Primark today is in all the shops. Imagine the sales. They are not broke. So they're going to make money from the first batch. The rest they can even trade with. Where is our own share? The last time I said something. I said years ago, the Europeans saw the potential in our land. They came, they conquered, they took. Today, I'm telling you potentials in Europe. I'm only using UK that I stay. Do you know how much we make from just fashion being exported to the United Kingdom? Imagine how many jobs that will be created. How many billionaires would have made out of that? What is our government doing? We have a waste, a big set of food we call government. We're going to carry gun. Because Nigerians, when I finish one day, we'll go begin to shoot. We're not going to shoot Boko Haram. Our enemies is not Boko Haram. Our enemies are not headsmen. Our enemies are not the Christians. Our enemies are not the kidnappers. The true enemy of the Nigerian state is the people I've been talking about today, is the government. They're big enemies. And they don't even know it. And that is the problem. And you don't know. So by the time you are chasing the wrong enemy, what do you get? Because this is your enemy, you don't know you are choosing the wrong one. I listened to a wonderful pastor, and I like what he said. He said you must be careful. If you are in pain, and somebody is giving you something sweet to cure the pain is not going to go away. Wait. I have a wound. I want to treat the wound. You're looking for something sweet to treat the wound. The pain will be there. If you pour in spirit, you know how painful spirit will be. Yeah. But you know what? You've cured it. I'm going to give you this right, the right dosage of spirit to cure your wound today, Nigerians. I'm not here to speak to so that you'll be happy with me. I don't need your happiness. I have enough enemies, so yours is going to not make it better. You're just one of them. I'm doing what God said I should do, and it is my job to do so. I ask a question. Do you know how much we can make from fashion? Now, you see, what is so painful is the Nigeria is here. So the Nigeria of our dream is here. It has been proven by ordinary Nigerians. All we need the government to do is to make money from us. They can't even see it. You see, do you understand what I'm saying? There's so much money the government of Nigeria can make. I'm not coming to farming, no. I'm only touching on 3 areas. I'm going to touch on the 3rd one. And when I come back from break, I don't think I can go anywhere today. Let me just stick to the only entertainment today. Tomorrow we can touch other areas. Because how am I going to justify touching every areas of our economy? How? I am only trying to, you see, the bottom line is, I want us to understand. What did I say in the beginning of the show? I said God is about to answer our prayer. God is not going to answer our prayers, if not your prayer or our entire prayers, if we don't present the right case to God. Your prayer has said, and I said your prayer has been answered. Oh, the kingdom of God is here. Your prayer has been answered. You know the kingdom of God is this one. God has given you a beautiful land. He said to your forefathers, I'm going to give you a land flowing with milk and honey. He has given it to you. He has given you kids who from nothing, Mr. Tinubu, from nothing, they created the music industry, sir. They created the movie industry, sir. Now our fashion is everywhere. The kingdom of God is with you. This is the kingdom of God. What have we done with it? The last time I checked, Nigerian government don't even know that they can make money from the fashion industry. I said the last time I checked, the government is not even aware. The last time I came to England, you know, all of you are very smart too. They came to me in London. They can always talk about all the trash I do. And I see some of these low-life women that came to work with me last time, and they were telling me things, and I just sometimes, you know, when a fool is talking, you just look at them. Because they daft here, you don't get anything. And I just can laugh. I just look, I just laugh. And when they talk to me, anywhere they come, in this industry where I am, with my exposure, you should be paying me. But I just laugh. I will still pay them. They will still make their amount. They will talk as experts. I will laugh. They will go. Somebody that I'm teaching is actually collecting money from me for teaching him. He doesn't know. But I know I'll be laughing. Sometimes they will even insult me. I will laugh. I can only bless you, man. And I'm at that age now where I only give back. So that's why it's difficult for me to curse. I don't curse anymore. When I was younger, I would get angry. Oh, whatever this is to me. There is nothing you're going to do to that Kris today that is going to provoke him. I've got to that level where I now know where I am with God. The last thing you can ever see me do is to be angry. The question I ask the federal government of Nigeria, I ask the state government of Nigeria is, do you know, how do you think, have you ever sat down and say, now that the fashion is making more money than music and movies put together, what can we do in this sector to make us rich? I'm not saying, when you say rich, the fashion designers will become billionaires. You'll be making your own part out of it. It is, industry is already there. They're not asking you to come and create it. Maybe you know, look at what I saw what the governor of Abia State is doing at the moment. What he's doing now is not my thing. But that's a start. He's now trying to create that place where you can make clothes. If you can import those machines, which is cheap, and you get all these fashion designers who now have the talent already, and we now begin to make clothes, we roll it out. This one, they roll them out, and we supply. Only some will supply pullovers, some will supply pajamas, some will supply undies, nightwears, women clothes. How can we get it wrong? Do you know how much we will make Nigeria? I'm not talking of what a small fashion designer who is struggling can do. This is rubbish. But yet, from there, we have an industry already. The only thing is needed now is for the government of Nigeria to come in and say, oh, there's money here. My children are well done. Now, this is what we're going to do. Leadership is lacking. And until we have it, we're going to look for Boko Haram. We're going to still fight the Hausa man. The Hausa man is going to kill the Igbo man. The Igbo man is going to kill the Yoruba man. That is where we are. Our problem is not religion. Our problem is not, it's not kidnappers. Our problem is not the people. Our problem is lack of leadership that the government does not even know. To be fair to them, they don't know. You see, I don't justify anything. But the last time I asked them, they say, herdsmen, they keep people. And I asked them, say, are the herdsmen not even in trouble? Do they live for inside bush? Do you live in the bush? Do they have a life? That your life is to stay with cow? Is that a life? Your ranch is here where you can actually do your cow and make money and live a decent life. Where do you need to follow the cow, the animals into the bush? In the process now, you are looking for any means to feed the cow. If the government has come in, I'm coming to that when it comes to agriculture, not today. Do they really need to go into the bush? And now, the man, all his life is that cow. Anything happen to that cow, you've already killed him. So he's ready to die. Somebody that is ready to kill you because of the cow, is that a human being? We're going to talk. It's a bitter one. But this is the truth. We have the most viable fashion industry in the world. And guess what? I just mentioned Europe. With the African Free Continental Free Trade Agreements. With the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. Ew! Imagine empowering our fashion. All those people ordering things from America, they will not order from us. Nigerians, how many of our products are even in the ShopRite? Because ShopRite is not a bad thing. Have we even taken advantage of it? The production, how much are you producing that you can supply ShopRite? ShopRite rather go to China to go and import. That's why China is happy with you. China is your best friend. They cannot do without Nigeria because they know what they are getting from you. You have a huge market, but we have Africa now, Nigerians. Tinubu, you are a waste of space, sir. Not because you mean to, but because you don't get it. Oboribori, you are a complete waste of space, sir. Not because you mean to, but because you don't get it. This is money waiting for you. What are you doing? But you see, again, let me say this. If Europeans, if the UK government can see this, if they see this, hey, if they see people that can make this clothes the way we are now, they're going to bring in the machine and we're going to make this, and we're going to sell to the rest of the world. Have you made in England shoe? It's from £5,000. You don't wear one of our shoes, we call our soul. You buy a shoe in England, you buy a shoe of £5,000. Have you seen that? One of the shoes in my house here is £1,500. That's the cheapest. I'm a poor man. Anytime I want to go to that place, I'll go wear them. I'm a poor man. Well, Nigerians, we need to talk. And we need to talk sincerely. I am not here to insult you. I'm here to advise us. This is affecting me and you. Not only me and you, our children unborn. We don't want to pass this kind of Nigeria on to them. Let's make it a better place. I'm almost 60. How many years? If I do another 30, every time I don't overstay. So every day when I look my team, when the day between my legs, I say, the thing you don't retire. Because in a few years now, you'll be retiring. It's not as strong as it used to be. So let me go on a break, so I don't talk rubbish. We're going to go on a quick break. When we come back, I'm going to focus on our true culture, because we cannot go more than this, and see what we can do, and maybe tap on the area of tourism, and come back and close this show. Don't go away, Nigerians. It's a day that we need to talk to each other about ourselves. We need this. We will be stupid if we don't do this. Stay with me. I'll be right back.
Find your sanctuary in the heart of the city. Live the life you deserve in an exquisite apartment. SRTV Luxury Shortlet Apartment, Lagos, is a place where your comfort is rest assured. Welcome to SRTV Shortlet Apartment, part of the prestigious SRTV Real Estate family. Why choose us? Prime location, nestled in the heart of Lagos, close to key attractions, business hubs, and vibrant nightlife. Modern interiors, fully furnished, stylish apartments designed to provide the ultimate comfort. Luxury redefined, vacation perfected. 24/7 security. Enjoy peace of mind with round-the-clock security and CCTV surveillance. Top-notch amenities, high-speed Wi-Fi, smart TV, air conditioning, fully equipped kitchen, and lots more. Perfect for business travelers, family vacations, romantic getaways, special events, and more. Book your stay today and experience Lagos like never before. Call +234 8143 582856 or +447 4388 93190, or email us at realestate@superiortelevision.com. SRTV Shortlet Apartment, where comfort meets luxury.
Welcome back, my people. We are almost getting towards the end of the show. I'm trying to make it simple so that we can have some kind of fun at the end of the day. I've been trying to talk about that our prosperity is not going to come from the things we consume. It's going to come from the things we're able to produce. I talk about the music which we now produce, which is one of the prosperity area of our life. The government is not involved. They don't even know what to do there. The problem is oil, because they're getting so much money from oil. They don't get it. And I pray that Nigeria cut off this oil. Go take oil away from the land so that we can think well. And I said to them today, you don't have oil. If you see my show on Saturday, I was bitter. Because when a Niger Delta man asks for the oil that belongs to him, you will be fighting. There's no Nigerian government that cannot act. No one. Buhari came and he was Minister of Petroleum. You get petrol for your village. Buhari, do you have petroleum in your village? Then you now make yourself minister. What about the things you have in your village? Tinubu, you are Minister of Petroleum. When I don't talk. Let me not talk. The last time Isaac Boro asked for a share, he was already ready to kill, ready to go. Exactly what you did to Kano now. That's what I'm saying to them before. Kano, it was your brother, Agoyin Irosi, that sentenced Isaac Boro to death for demanding Niger Delta Republic. History of Nigeria is playing today. What are they fighting for? Oh, yeah. The guy was angry. This is the only true agitation that has ever come in Nigeria. It was not built on anything. It was built on what is happening to us. The oil coming from, you are taking from my place. We're not getting part of it. Instead, what we're getting is our area being destroyed. If that is the case, if you're not ready to negotiate this, we want our own republic. He was sentenced to death. Eventually died in 1968 in the course of 6 serving the same country called Nigeria. Isaac Boro of the Niger Delta Republic. If you don't know, go and research it. I talk at length about it on my last show. So when we're talking now, we're talking big here. The only problem we have is the oil. The only problem is not a blessing, it's a curse. Because if we don't have oil, we must find a way to eat. Every day we hear that the people are taking gold from one part of the country. The government does not care. If you be Tinubu, why would you bother anyway? If another huge amount of money is landing this month for doing nothing, oil don't go, money don't come. Tinubu, if you be a body, why would you bother? 40 billion, 45 billion is coming anyway at the end of the month. Why do I care? You see the problem? That's why these potentials are dying. My only take is now that the oil is there, why don't we use it to build all these potentials? So that the money will stay longer. Because this is now, the money we are getting from oil is a natural one, which can dry up. Now that we have it, don't you think we should build it in human beings? That's what I said now. And the investment we make in our people and the infrastructure we build. When I talk about infrastructure, I'm not talking of roads. So I'm talking of the kind of structures. So you might set up a corporation. You might set up, in those days, Nigeria have a lot of infrastructure like that. The NNPC was for me an infrastructure. The Nigerian Electric Power Authority, we call NEPA, was an infrastructure. The National Shipping Line was an infrastructure. Those are the infrastructure we built. The university education is an infrastructure. But you know what? The Nigerian university should be making money. You see, infrastructure would have been building a premiership. That is an infrastructure. The Nigerian premiership. Doing now, making money. English premiership makes 6 billion naira every year. Only English. I'm not talking of Scottish. The Scotland or Wales or that. Only English premiership. 6 billion pounds every year. Nigerian premiership does not exist. I'm saying the infrastructure we build. I'm not talking of roads. Because the money from that will construct the roads. The money, by the time you have a premiership, road go up, go jackpot. If you have refinery, the road is already there. Where are you building road to nowhere? We call it Oboribori. You guys are building road to nowhere. Tinubu said it's not constructing from Badagry to Sokoto. To do what? Because you are president in your time, you want to make an impact. You want to bless your people. But you have actually not blessed them. Badagry will remain the way it is. The Badagry is like a coast land. It will remain what it is. If you want to do Badagry, Badagry would have been the #1 tourist attraction in the country. That is where all the bad agreement took place. The Americans, they want to come home. They want to see what their parents went through. You can't even go. If you see the museum they talk about in Badagry, have you been there? That brings me to the next topic. Our potential. Our biggest money today really should be coming from tourism. Oh, Nigerians, our biggest income, if we have a government, would have been, if we had, because there's no government, if we had the government, would have been tourism. Because we got stories. It is here they come to take us as slaves. The same place that we have the home of culture and hospitality. Besides going to Africa on holiday, you don't need to go. We have beautiful women. They will come and, oh my God, how can you get it wrong? Going on a holiday in Africa is like you are blessed. Yet nobody go there. Don't you ask yourself why? Wait, every year now, everybody book their holidays. As we speak now, they are booking their holidays already for next year. It's not today, they plan it a year. The one month that you don't work in England is for your holiday. It's the only time you enjoy. Where are you going? None of them will come to Nigeria. The question I ask is why? Please, before you get angry with me, go online and ask, how much does the UK government get from tourism? How much does Turkey gets from tourists. Hey! And who has culture to show? Nigeria, Africa. But how much do we make from tourism? No money. Who can I blame if you say we cannot talk about government? Explain that to me. So who is guilty? Me? You see, we are trying, no? We are trying. You know, the last time I checked, Nigeria have a national troop. I won't even show them today. But these are cultures. Look at this. And this is not our culture. I'm just showing you that this could be a culture to talk about. Look at this. I couldn't even download most of the images today. Hey, yeah. The way the people are dancing now, the dance should have moved to the next level. Have you seen the Atelogo dance? Have you seen the Benue dance? Have you seen this dance? Nigerians saying that we want to break. How can Nigeria be thinking of breaking? Nigeria should be the biggest, the best that can ever happen to me. I breaking nowhere. Because I'm happy to come from the same country with a man from Sokoto. I was with Wali and we were in Abuja together doing things. And I told him, Wali, listen, I'm coming to Sokoto State. I want a Muslim wife. He said, Daddy, please just come. I'm going to get a wife. Sorry, man. That's how I think. How can you get it wrong? A country where you can have a wife in Sokoto, in Kebbi. What is wrong with you, man? I don't understand you, man. I don't know what's wrong with you guys. What is wrong with Nigeria? The Nigeria as it is, what are you not blessed with it? The Igbo man, do you know how many Igbo men are in the north? Do you know yesterday, I saw how many Hausa men in Asaba. I don't know what happened to one of them. They came out and they were bonding, they were cutting people. I said, these people are not in another man's land. But that is how they are many. They have a quarter in Asaba. There's no place you go that don't have the Hausa quarter. As if you think you are being cheated, go to their place and see how many of our people are there. I saw one Urubu girl. The parents spend all their life in Kaduna. Man, what is wrong with us? Let me ask you again, what is wrong with Nigeria? A country where you can learn to do this kind of dance. And all my, if I not marry Benue now this is something they wrong. Because Benue is so close to me now. I don't know how. How could you not love this culture? And I'm just talking about one culture now. And look at, anyway, you can't play with the Edo culture. Have you seen that? Look, I don't have time to share their images because I'm going to end the show shortly. So I will not be able to do more than this today. But let me use this opportunity to talk about something I designed for Nigeria. And I said it's going to be the biggest festival of our time. And the biggest festival of our time. And you see, for me, I don't think far. I think very simple. You know, in the year 1977, out of the anger, out of the say that we don't have a culture, the Nigerian government, in partnership with all the African nations, they came together and said, let us celebrate our culture. They gathered in Lagos. They actually built a village called the Festac village. How many of you are in Lagos today? That place called Festac, I know the younger generation may not know. It's actually built because of an event. That National Theatre there, you see there, is built for the event to celebrate our culture. Festac 77. And you know, what I want to do today is actually go back and ask myself, what did these people really do? You know, you guys are not studying, though. And maybe Nigerian University does that. I've not been there. Because do you understand how many research we should be doing only from Festac 77? How many documentaries supposed to have been made about it? How many awareness supposed to have been done? So how much have we built on it? The essence of exhibiting culture would be one, and mostly to boost your tourism sector. You don't want to visually masturbate with your culture. You used to tell people, oh, this is who we are. Come and practice with us. Come and celebrate with us. Unfortunately, there's Calabar Carnival coming up now. The carnival is actually copied from Brazil, not the Nigerian culture. I am sad. I don't want to trash the Calabar Carnival down. Why will I come to Calabar if you come to copy what I can see in London? Why will I come to Calabar if you come to copy what I can see in Brazil? What is, no, those of you in Calabar, what is special about the Calabar Carnival? It's there. We have the richest culture. Let that be the topic. Let that be the thing you are exhibiting. Let the world see something different from what they see in Brazil, from what they see in London. Are you out of your mind? I can't talk, man. Listen, my time is up. I can't do more than this time. But I'm going to continue from here. I'm writing it down. How can you get it wrong? This state of the nation, don't forget, this is state of the nation. I discuss the Nigerian affair. I'm not discussing news. My people, they will come back and they will read news for you. I'm not here to give you a breast. So I'm not going to give you what you want to hear. This is my strength to digest on the Nigerian area why we are where we are and what we can do to make it better. I don't hate the government too. If I don't support the government, as an educated man, or use the word as a civilized person, one of the things I do is I obey the law. You hardly see a lawyer disobeying the law. We don't. Because every time you know the implication of, this is what you do, a policeman doing something wrong. They hardly do that, they hide. And that's how we do it. It's not that we don't break law, but we hide to do it. Well, what I want to say is this, Nigerians, is we are at a unique moment where our biggest strength is actually the culture. I've been in Lagos, so I've visited, I've interviewed so many, I've been to the National Council of Arts and National Council of Arts and Culture. I've been to all of them and I see the things they do there. And I'm wondering, what are these people doing? Now, we actually separate if you go to Nigerian Food Festival today, now continental food though. Our daughter, what's her name? Ida made history from cooking jollof rice. Okay. We don't know whether jollof now our food. Not bad. But that would be a culture. Don't you ask yourself, why is Guinness interested? Guinness Book of Record is interested in all those things. Listen, my guy, we can do something great. You know, one of the biggest strengths is, I came on the show the other time and I showed you. Have you seen our kings? The kings in Nigeria. They are not one, not two, not 10. They are over 500 or if not 1,000 kings. The kings in Nigeria will be up to 1,000. In Delta State alone, we're about 200 and something. So the whole of Nigeria will be over 2,000. Imagine if we descend them, say there's a celebration of our culture. The kings are the custodians of the African culture. They are the custodian of your culture. They know where the dance came from, the kind of dance that is there, the economy of the area, the food, their way of worship, the things they do. Oh, if you put all of them, that would have been First Act 77 anyway. But when I talk about culture today, what did I show you? I show people when we do that this is our culture. This is an insult to this is good, but this is an insult when you talk about the culture. Go and bring a king from Benue. This will be part of his culture. He's going to tell you how the people of Benue farm, how they feel. That's the dance you're even going to dance. So as they are giving you the dance, they're telling you that one of the dances is how they found. The way they marry. The way, in fact, the way they teach their daughters before they get married. I know the Calabar, I saw one the fattening room. Beautiful documentary. Nigerians, we have a culture. And if we exhibit this true culture to the rest of the world, they will descend Nigeria every single year to come and get a taste of this culture. And that is how our authority sector can grow. But does the government of Nigeria knows that? I pray. Because if the Nigerian government can invest in this area, having a 1 month festival, no, 1 month is too much, only 2 weeks festival, celebrating the true culture of the Nigeria with the kings, like I just said, in one place. OMG, the world will descend Nigeria. Tinubu, you will not lose money. You will have achieved social cohesion at home, because I will begin to love the Hausa man that I think is my enemy. Because down there, the kings and all the kings will be there. The people will come with their own people. They will even intermarry. You will see what will happen. That day we will dance and we'll eat our food. You see me eating two women eating this this whole thing. We will understand each other. We have drinks. So what did I say the last time, Nigeria? Kai, I'm in pain. If now you both get palm wine, that drink called palm wine, it would have been the most sellable drink in the world. If now British people get palm wine. You guys are a waste of space. I'm going to end my show here today. My name is Daddy Kris. I don't have too much time. I'll be here tomorrow again to follow up on this, because I can't finish this topic today. This is not what I put down, but this is all I could do. I only put one test and I couldn't do the rest. That's how deep, how broad this topic is. I better not do that again. But I'll go to close now. It's 1 hour, 30 minutes already on the show. Thank you very much for joining me. We'll do this again tomorrow, and I'll be here. And you will be here. And the topic will be here. And we will talk about the Nigeria of our dream. The Nigeria of our dream is here. Christ's coming is now. Christ has come. Christ is not going anywhere. It's up to you to accept Christ and live with Christ now. Or wait until you die to see Christ. Christ is here. The Nigeria of our dream is here. Let us come together and create that Nigeria for the benefit of those of the living now and of the children unborn. Thank you for joining me. Bye for now.
Find your sanctuary in the heart of the city. Live the life you deserve in an exquisite apartment. SRTV Luxury Shortlet Apartment, Lagos, is a place where your comfort is rest assured. Welcome to SRTV Shortlet Apartment, part of the prestigious SRTV Real Estate family. Why choose us? Prime location, nestled in the heart of Lagos, close to key attractions, business hubs, and vibrant nightlife. Modern interiors, fully furnished, stylish apartments designed to provide the ultimate comfort. Luxury redefined, vacation perfected. 24/7 security. Enjoy peace of mind with round-the-clock security and CCTV surveillance. Top-notch amenities, high-speed Wi-Fi, smart TV, air conditioning, fully equipped kitchen, and lots more. Perfect for business travelers, family vacations, romantic getaways, special events, and more. Book your stay today and experience Lagos like never before. Call +234 8143 5828.
That is either we reform the judiciary, which is allow INEC to be under the judiciary, or we need a world police to police us. Because the activities of our politicians is becoming unbearable. But what is really exciting is the debates